Newark.
Welcome to Sulzberger Stadium in Zanesville, Ohio for a matchup, a battle of the Vills, the 0-1 Louisville Leopards against the 0-1 Zanesville Bluedevils. I'm Mac Aljancic, joined by my younger brother, John Aljancic. And John, it's a beautiful night for football here.
Oh, it is. You could not draw it up any better for a late August evening. Just a perfect night for high school football.
Yes, beautiful setting here. The Leopards played here back in the mid-2000s, the playoff game, which I think was, for those of you Leopard fans, remember, it's a frigid night. I believe the Leopards beat Logan, I think, 7-zip. But tonight it's going to be a little warm for the kids. We'll probably see some cramps, I'm sure, third, fourth quarter. But this is a beautiful setting, brand new high school, pretty new high school, and a very nice new renovated stadium, and it's a great place to play football.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, minus Leopard Stadium, this stadium is fantastic. I mean, just really well done, well set up. A good crowd here tonight. I mean, Louisville, as always, travels well, even an hour and a half away. Plenty of Leopard faithful here, and it's just it's exciting it's an exciting night for a game.
Yes, Zanesville, a long-time program up there in wins. Right now, I think they're at 647 wins, which ranks on the Ohio win totals there. The Leopards are in top 25 there, and they actually started football a little later. We're going to have the national anthem here shortly.
Conducting the anthem tonight is the band's assistant director, Mr. Brian Kramer. Our guest conductor for the alma mater tonight is a former Lady Devil star athlete who is also a member of the...
All right, you can see the Louisville cheerleaders wearing construction. That's the theme for the Leopard student section tonight. And John, the construction theme, kind of that hard hat, that's kind of maybe symbolic of what the Leopards need to come do tonight.
Most certainly. I mean, this is a night where it's time to go to work for Louisville. A big game in week 2. You don't want to start off the season 0-2 when you're playing against a very game Zanesville team, and so Louisville really has to come to work. Did it last week at New Philly. Just maybe didn't quite play as crisp as we need to, but just need to really outwork the Bluedevils tonight.
Yes, Leopards are a young team. Owen Burek, a transfer in from St. Thomas Aquinas, is a senior quarterback. Had a really nice game, his first game. He was definitely one of the highlights of their loss to at New Philadelphia to the Quakers.
Oh, most certainly. Burek, 22 of 32 last week for nearly 300 yards and did a really good job of distributing the football all across the field. Four different receivers with 4 receptions or more. led by Austin Wade with his 4 receptions for 82 yards, but also Tate Golden, Quinn Burek, the younger brother of Owen, and Braden Hershey, all with 4 receptions. So Owen did a really good job of distributing the football.
Yeah, the Leopards in the last game trailed 7-0 early to the Quakers, ran off 14 points to take a lead, and then New Philly ran off 4 straight touchdowns to put the game under control. And I thought what hurt the Leopards is just up front on both sides of the ball, especially defensively. They kind of got worn down, and New Philly, a bigger physical team, was able to just move the chains by controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides.
And that would be really my key on defense for the Leopards tonight, is really getting off of blocks. I thought last week the offensive line was able to get to the second level and get helmet on helmet, which made it more difficult to actually tackle their running back who went off for 180 yards. So Leopards really got to swarm to the football tonight. We'd really love to see that on the defensive side of the ball. And offensively, I'd just like to see us take care of the ball better. We moved the ball pretty well, but we lost the turnover battle 2-0, as well as some untimely missed snaps. So just cleaning that stuff up and just still. I thought Coach Kappas called a really good game last week, and we'll see what it looks like tonight.
Yeah, sometimes a young, inexperienced team, whether it's those miscues that put you behind the sticks penalties, had a couple of fumbles, a couple of missed snaps. Now you're looking at 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, and those are tough to overcome with the younger team with not a lot of experience. So that's important for them. Hopefully, teams show a lot of growth got an opportunity to show a lot of growth from game 1 to game 2, and hopefully with their film work, identifying what they need to work on the practice field, hopefully that carry over tonight.
Well, I mean, it's like life. You're not going to have a perfect day. Like, there's going to be things that go wrong. And Louisville, I thought last week did a pretty good job, even battling adversity, just didn't come up on top. So once again, playing a pivotal moment in the first part of the season here, and I'm excited to get it going.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to a great game tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for kickoff here on Straget Media Network.
The Straget Media Network, a local broadcasting network, specializing in weather, news, sports, musical guests, weddings, commercials, visual marketing graphics. Let us take your business, school, wedding, or event to the next level. The Straget Media Network.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a Leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push.
All right, we're back in Zanesville at Salzburger Stadium, getting ready, set for kickoff between the Louisville Leopards and the Zanesville Bluedevils. Kind of unique for high school. Looks like the Leopards are wearing their home Columbia blue, but actually the away team, I don't know if Zanesville with the heat wants to go with the white uniforms, but I tell you what, the Leopards, I like their Columbia blue look that they break out every once in a while.
Very crisp look there, and yeah, we are the away team after driving for the last 90 minutes,
So Zanesville set to kick off. Leopards going out, line off the quick kickoff return team.
A pair of sophomores back there, Owen DiMarzio, number 15, as well as Gabe Stouffer, number 18, set to return the kick.
Cam Van Kurt going to kick off for the Blue Devils. Important for Louisville to get it off to a good first drive. They kind of got last week. They got a little sloppy, got behind the sticks, had to get a quick 3-and-out. So it's important we set the good tone here and hopefully a good week of practice. From what I've heard, had a good enthusiastic week, building off what they positives and negatives from last week. So it's going to be a fun night for football. And we appreciate all of you tuning in, whether live or watching one of our streaming recording broadcasts. Low kick. Rolls around. Stouffer picks it up. And looks like one of my drives off the tee unfortunately works out beautifully for the Blue Devils as it weeble wobbles and puts the Leopards in a bad position on their own 9-yard line.
I've seen one too many of your drives squibble into the rough and hit a tree and come back into the fairway, and that must be what it felt like to be a Zanesville Blue Devil.
And that's something, you see a lot, even at the pro level. It's tough to go up and just go field that kick. Looks easy from the stands, but that ball's wobbling around and don't know how it's going to go. Owen Burek under center, or I should say taking the shotgun, hands off to Owen DiMarzio, who pushes forward for about a gain of 6.
A great first play there, and really a good sight to see on that run, seeing all 5 linemen down the field blocking. And so hopefully a good harbinger for things to come here for the Leopards.
Chase Wondercheck playing center this week instead of guard. Another give to DiMarzio, who after first contact pushes forward for a few more. And it looks like he's got the first down. So Leopards, another first down. Somebody lost their helmet there, so they got to come out for a play.
Massimo Roberts checks in at right guard.
Another give to DiMarzio, finds a seam, picks up a first down and more, gets about a 16-yard gain, but I'm sure you caught the...
Unfortunately, we got a yellow hanky out there, Mac.
So get a nice push up front. Looking across the front line, we got Trevor Burek, the freshman, at left tackle. Cyrus Wright at left guard. Chase Wondercheck at center, in place of the injured, I believe, Cam Atwell. Josh Nicholson playing right guard. And Brady Hawk at right tackle.
Yep.
So Leopards facing a 1st and 20. Fake to DiMarzio. Nice hole. Burek pushes forward for about a gain of 8. Gives a manageable 2nd and 12.
Good tackle there by the free safety, number 14, Justin Clayton. Really kind of putting his foot in the ground and coming downhill.
Nice little counter action there. Fake the counter, fake the handoff, and went the opposite direction. Picked up 9. Burek with the give to DiMarzio, who's met by a wall of Blue Devils. And Leopard's going to face a 3rd and long. Out receiving for the Leopards. Matt Crosby. Braden Hershey split out. Matt Crosby, the other split end on the top side. Austin Wade. The big target inside. Burek looks for the breakout up high, and the Leopards are going to have to punt. So I saw some good things, but...
Yeah, saw some great things. I tell you what, again, seeing the lineman helmet on helmet, getting getting a good push. Unfortunately, just a debilitating holding call there. The 3rd play of the drive.
Carter Dusky back to punt.
Carter had a wonderful night last week. 5 punts, averaged almost 31 yards, including pinning one back inside the 1-yard line. So
Dusky gets it out on the Zanesville side of the field. It's a 34-yard punt, and the Blue Devils will take over with 9:41 left here in the 1st quarter. Zanesville led by their quarterback, Drew Doyle, senior. Zanesville does not have too much returning starters. And I'm sure they're looking to build off of their game one with head coach TJ Langenmeyer, hopefully correct on his own. They're in the shotgun with a little slot, trips to the right, little motion, bad snap. Picked up by Doyle, who's going to take a big loss. Flag on the play. I think it's some type of formation or motion.
Yeah, I think it's a legal motion, but I tell you what, outside linebacker Carter Dusky did a wonderful job there keeping contained off of the bad snap. Very easily could have got juked and let Doyle get outside, but kept him in the pocket, and his buddies cleaned it up.
So 2nd and 20, as the Leopards are going to turn down that offer to penalize the Blue Devils.
I know we talked a lot about this being a big game for Louisville. This is a big game for Zanesville. A 35-21 loser at home to Newark last week. This is kind of a must-win for them as well.
Roll out by Doyle. And he's chased down by the senior linebacker, Will Ramsey.
And what a welcome sight that is. Will being taken out of the game last week with an ankle injury. Great to see big number 34 back in the middle of the field for the Leopard defense.
So 3rd and 20. Looks like a gain of nothing there. Important for the Leopards not to give anything back to the Blue Devils here. No dumb penalties. Keep them in front of you. Trips to the wide side up top on your screen. We have another penalty there. Looking for a little receiver screen. It falls incomplete. They didn't blow it dead initially. And the Leopards do a good job of forcing a quick 3 and out and actually moving the Blue Devils back, and they should get some good field position here. Brady Hawk, Ben Brendel up front, Wyatt Smith doing a nice job of controlling their line of scrimmage there.
Well, I tell you what, Max, so far in this game, it is good to see Louisville has controlled the line of scrimmage. I know we're only 4 minutes into this game, but hopefully it's a good sign of things to come.
Gabe Stouffer back to return for Louisville. Doyle, the quarterback's kick, a high knuckleball. Gabe makes the fair catch at the 36-yard line.
And a great play by the young sophomore there, Gabe Stouffer, coming up to catch that ball. Would have been easy to hang back, let it drop, and it probably would have rolled a good 10, 20 yards against the Leopards there. So good job by Gabe.
Yes, so it's important. It's tough to do, but it's important to try to get a courageous guy that's a ball hawk and you have confidence in. But
well, it looks easier on the field, but when you have 11 guys bearing down on you, it's a little bit harder.
Yes, and any of you that think it's easy, go out there and fire a ball up and see if you can catch those. You definitely wobble around. So Leopards take over on their own 35-yard line in their 2nd series. Burek, a fake to DeMarzio, and keeps, breaks a tackle, shakes another one. It's going to push forward for about 4.
And that's a win for the Leopards on first down, staying ahead of the chains. Don't want to get in any obvious passing downs.
4-yard gain to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Leopards with a tight end to the top side, slot to the left here. DeMarzio, a little flare out to him. He's going to maybe lose a half yard. As the Devils had that one read all the way.
Yeah, really good play there by the cornerback Cam Ruff. Shedding the block by the outside receiver, cutting underneath it and making a good tackle.
3rd and 5.
For the Leopards to work the middle of the field here to take Golden.
They liked it a lot last week. Fake to DeMarzio, a little slant. Good catch from behind by Matthew Crosby, who's going to pick up 15 yards. Great job. Slants are hard. You know, sometimes you can catch balls that are off target. Slants are hard because your momentum's heading hard towards the middle.
You know what? It's very underrated, but for quarterbacks and ball handling, I know that normally you think of basketball when you think of ball handling, but Burek does a really good job with that ride fake to hold the linebackers and then throws the slant behind him.
Roll out to the right. Little shovel pass there. to Wade, who's close to another first down. And one thing we noticed about Burek the first two games so far, first 5 quarters of football, is he's crafty and getting his passes out.
Hey, any way to get it to the guys who can make plays, and he does a good job of distributing the football.
This is the Patrick Mahomes generation. You just find different ways to get that ball out there. Another shotgun snap. He's going to look wide side. Wade makes another catch. Gets it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Leopards really like that trail route. So what they'll do is with the outside receiver, they'll run a post with him. The inside receiver, they'll kind of run not quite an out and up, but a similar route to where it's a kind of cut to the sideline, then cut it back up the sideline. And Austin Wade wide open for another Leopard first down.
Give up to DeMarzi. He's got green space ahead. He's close to the end zone, and he is down at the 2. And we got, unfortunately, a quick penalty. You can see the flag, but it looks like they signaled a holding. So the Leopards, instead of being 10 yards forward, are going to go 10 yards back.
It's kind of the second fortuitous penalty for the Zanesville Bluedevils.
So Zanesville getting a little home cooking here from the refs. Of course, our Leopards never hold, I'm sure.
Clearly.
Just like Judge Smales never slices in Caddyshack. Leopards trips with a tight end backside. Can we sneak a little tight end screen here? Or give to DeMarzio. He's got something to the outside. Breaks out the block. He's going to get all the way down, and he's right back where we called him there. Maybe at the 3-yard line. Close to first down.
I tell you what, a wonderful block by the right guard Poling, Josh Nicholson, who just blew up the defensive end. Even though that play was supposed to hit inside of that, he blew the kid up, and DeMarzio was able to get outside and get out to greener pastures.
Josh, whose dad and Uncle Joe and Brad Nicholson were linemen. Burek pushes forward. He's going to maybe get a yard.
Ruff, again, the cornerback coming in, making a rather rough tackle there on Burek.
Talked about the Leopards wearing their hard hats. See the Leopard cheerleaders might see in the foreground in their construction vests. The Leopards are bringing that construction mentality.
Well, hopefully they can bulldoze their way into the end zone here.
Got a first down there, so first and goal on the 1. DeMarzio is going to lose a couple. And I will say with, high school, almost all football going a lot of shotgun, especially at the high school level. This is the one tough part is in the red zone, really inside the 5, 10-yard line where that ball, you're already starting 5 yards behind the backfield. So Leopards lose a couple. Second and goal on the 3. Leopards in a bunch formation to the right. Fake, DeMarzio rolls out. Floats one high, and it looks like Matt Crosby catches it, but he's called out of bounds.
And a good throw by Burek there, just in terms of throwing the ball only where we could catch it. Unfortunately, Crosby was just out of bounds, but...
and in case you're wondering, that is not up for review. Got to figure this is probably 4-down territory in high school football inside the 5-yard line. Leopards had first and goal on the 1. Got pushed back. So Cam Dockery in the backfield. Trips to the right side. Wade flank to the left. He's going to throw a jump ball. He didn't even see it. Threw it a little early, and the Leopards going to face a 4th and 3, and it looks like they're going to kick it. So nice drive, but unfortunately, the 7 doesn't appear to be on the board. We're going to try for 3. Carter Dusky ready to kick. Hold by Gabe Stouffer. There's the snap. And the kick is right through. And the Leopards get on the board. So with 4:50 left, the Leopards take a 3-0 lead. We're going to take a break on the Straggett Media Outlet.
You're watching Louisville Leopard Athletics.
All right, we're back in Zanesville. Leopards cap a 62-yard drive with a Carter Dusky 20-yard field goal. Leopards lead 3-0 here with 4:50 left in the first quarter. What'd you like about that first drive?
Well, I love the imagination on offense. A lot of different plays, a lot of misdirection, but also just a lot of, we talked about earlier, hard hats. You know, the one play down by the end zone, you know, led by Josh Nicholson, just putting a guy on his back. So really like the physicality so far by the Leopards.
Dusky, it's a low spiral. Picked up by Braden Young, and he's quickly stopped at the 12-yard line. Leopards win the field position battle here with the kickoff.
Great tackle there by Braden Elsass, the young sophomore. Just great coverage all the way around by the Leopards.
Young looked like he's trying to get to the wall on the top side, and sometimes you gotta just head north-south when you're that far away from the blocking wall. So Zanesville, which went backwards 10 yards in the first drive, comes out for drive number 2, led by Drew Doyle at quarterback. A couple of tight slots. I give up the gut to Vaughn Ponce, who picks up a couple.
Tackled by the senior Ben Brendel.
Brendel getting the start this week. Up front, as I think the Leopards seeing a little bit of different personnel. I think they're trying to maybe cut down on both ways, especially up front. 2nd and 7. Zanesville with a double slot tight trips to the left there.
Yes, sir.
Brendel and Wyatt Smith all over that play.
My goodness. I tell you what, the Leopards making an adjustment from last week, had a little trouble, you know, gave up over 450 yards of total offense against New Philly, going to a 4-down set, or I'm sorry, a 4-lineman set on run situations, and it really pays off there.
Zanesville bunched up here. Not quite sure. Louisville all uptight. They need to get somebody back here. Quarterback unfortunately fumbles a snap for the Bluedevils, and the Leopards all over it. Gabe Stouffer, Ben Brendel.
It's not too often you call the nose tackle and the free safety combined for a tackle, but Brendel and Gabe Stouffer do just that.
Caden Straley also on there.
Yeah, great series there for the Leopards. Let's see what we can do here in the punt.
Doyle back to punt for the Ville, I was going to say, but for Zville, punting to Elville. It's off a knuckleball. It's going to get a nice 12-yard roll, and the Leopards will take over in Zanesville territory. And as I've mentioned in previous broadcasts, I'd love to see, like I said, we did this when I played at Muskingum College. We had a Corey Harper, Carrollton legend. He's basically a short fielder. He'd be about 10 yards in front of the deep returner, and he just ball hawked all those little short kicks. So might have to put a patent on that and sell it at some coaching clinic.
I'm surprised our guys have not seen film from the 1990 Muskingum teams, but I do agree with your point there.
ESPN Classic,
yes,
usually on the rotation there. All right, Leopards in drive number 3. Had a great drive last series. Couldn't cap it off with a touchdown, unfortunately. Looks like we have a penalty. It might be a substitution or some type of penalty.
I think it's a sideline warning.
Need to get that get-back coach working. For those of you who always wonder, you can see the black sideline in blue. All the players supposed to be behind the royal blue there. The black lane is for the officials, and the blue lane is for the coaches. And then the players are 6 yards back, supposedly, but it's hard not to get nosy.
He's not far. He's not. What do we got here? We have our second warning. I don't think I've actually ever seen a penalty on the sideline two in a row, but they pulled it off somehow.
Hey, he gave you a warning. All you parents out there, you try to give a warning. Sometimes the kid doesn't listen. Got to give a little tough love.
It's like me giving a warning to my dog about the cookie on the island.
Little flare pass out there. Tate Golden, shake and bake, breaks one tackle. He's going to pick up a first down.
I tell you what, great catch there by Golden to cut it right up, and I tell you what, Mason Crosby with a good block there to spring him for some extra yardage.
Nice catch and run by the 5'9", 185-pound senior. Leopards with the 1st and 10, a little dribbler snap, and I don't know if we're going to get penalized for a low snap, but called a snap infraction. Not quite sure if he double clutched it and rolled it back. 3rd penalty on the Leopards here in the 1st quarter.
Well, you can see the center, Chase Wondercheck, going in there and grabbing Owen Burick's towel. It's a very humid night tonight, so my guess is that slipped out of his hands.
Burick looking down the middle on the post. Hershey, nothing there. Nice coverage. Staying home was Jay Geiger for the Blue Devils. Make it 2nd and 15. Got to think this is 4-down territory for Louisville. The ball on the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's the way it looked by that 2nd down, or that play call there. Looking like you have 3 more downs to get it. Tough decision there in the throwing into double coverage, but I think will serve a good purpose in the end there, kind of extending the defense of Zanesville.
Burick gets pressure, breaks one tackle. It looks like he's just going to throw it out of bounds with Jacob Palmier in the closest vicinity. Makes it 3rd and 15.
Zanesville brings the heat by right defensive end Jaden Crawford. Came untouched. Burick did a good job of avoiding the sack there and just taking the incompletion.
Sure, you can see on your screens, beautiful background there. A lot of fans sitting up on the hillside. Trips to the top side of your screen, tight end backside. Golden in motion, a little toss to him. Good pull, nice block by Cam Doherty. And it's going to make it 4th and manageable, probably about 4th and 8. Picks up about 7.
Good play call there by Coach Kappas. Not trying to get all 15 in one play. Got half, put him in a 4th and manageable.
We need it back in our day. That's an easy pitch and catch that quarterbacks have now. That's a completion, about a 26-inch completion that pads the stat book, but take what you can get there. Owen Burick, 4th down. Got to make money down here. Fake to DeMarze, rolls out. It's got green grass in front of him. Tries to hit the out just off target. Looks like we're going to have a hold on the backside anyway.
Illegal man downfield, Mag.
So the Blue Devils are going to decline that. And the Leopards, unfortunately, can't take care of the field advantage that they got with this drive. And the Blue Devils will take over on their own 30-yard line. So we got a $1:23 left first quarter. Zanesville offensively has gone backwards their first 2 drives. Some by Leopard pressure up front, some by kind of self-inflicted bad snaps and so forth. Zanesville in a tight line stance. Look for something coming to the outside. They're going to give up the gut.
Jay Geiger with the carry there, number 9.
So that's
Actually,
Von Pouncey.
I'm sorry, number 8.
Number 8.
I need to make a
Picks
appointment
up 7.
to Dr. Loy.
Nice gain for the Blue Devils, their best of the night. Makes it a 2nd and 3.
Stouffer did a good job coming downhill and making the tackle as a free safety.
Leopards in tight cover 0. And they're all over that one there. It's like Jacob Galbraith. All over that for a loss of about 2 or 3. It's going to make it a 3rd and 5 here as we head towards the end of the first quarter. Seeing some new numbers in there. Carter Deem getting some action there. Outside backer. Cooper Rice at corner. Doyle rolling out, gets the corner. It doesn't look like he's going to pick up anything, and Bluedevils are going to be forced to punt. Good discipline there by Colton Loy, laying off, wanting to get that late hit. That'd probably pick you up 15 yards in 2023.
Very much so. Another good job by Carter Dusky once again. Sorry to sound like a broken record, but a good job. Even though the quarterback got outside of him, he had to make him retreat a couple of yards to get outside him, which made it a lot easier for Colton Loy to make that play.
Ben Stouffer back again. Doyle's punt. A low roller, and it's going to get another roll again of about 15 yards.
I would love to see the Leopards make the adjustment. He's a good 45 yards back, and the ball consistently lands in front of him. Would love to see him make the adjustment to get him up. I'd dare that punter to kick it over my head.
4 seconds left, last play here of the first quarter. Leopards start on their own 9-yard line, which is where they started the game at.
And back to that punt real quick, not to belabor it, but that's the hidden yardage lost. That's not necessarily on the stat sheet to see it obvious, whether it's total, total yardage offensive wide or whatever. But basically, we just tacked on. We need two extra first downs to get back that last year.
Yes, that ended up being about a 55-yard punt, which in high school, you're probably averaging about 35. Leopards trips to the bottom side here. Low snap there to Marzio, or actually that's Cam Doherty. Pushes forward for a couple, and that's going to end the first quarter. The Leopards lead the Bluedevils 3-0. We're going to take a break on the Straggett Media Network.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a Leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push you around and take what's yours. Fight hard and rise to the challenge to show yourself that in years to come, that as your life gets hard, you'll have the intestinal fortitude to overcome. For many years, you have trained and practiced for this moment. And show what you got.
The Straggett Media Network, a local broadcasting network, specializing in weather, news, sports, musical guests, weddings, commercials, visual marketing graphics. Let us take your business, school, wedding, or event to the next level. The Straggett Media Network.
All right, we're back in Zanesville. Leopards with facing a 2nd and 8 as we start the second quarter, up 3-0. Give up the gut to, I believe, Cam Doherty, who pushes forward for about 5. Leopard's going to face a 3rd and 3, it looks like. 3rd and important to get a first down here, get ourselves out from the Zanesville red zone. Give some room. Quarterback keep. Urick shuffles, gets the first down and more. And he's going to pick up about 12, 13 yards for another Leopard first down.
Good block there by the H-back Austin Wade, doing a good job of sealing the defensive end, and Burek did a great job running right off of his butt to Pater, or actually not Pater, but to a first down.
So Leopards getting a lot of yardage via the ground. Last week they struggled against the New Philly Quakers. Burek takes a fake. He's looking up top. He's got Braden Hershey just outside his fingertips on a beautifully thrown ball by Owen Burek.
Great throw there. Good setup on the play action. Hershey just couldn't haul it in.
I'll tell you, I give him credit there. A lot of mistakes that high school quarterbacks do on the deep ball. They throw a kind of a flat ball. He really threw that high and let Hershey almost run under it, which would have been a beautiful pitch and catch.
Well, Hershey with those long strides really created separation with the cornerback. He just couldn't quite haul it in.
Well, that'll loosen up the Zanesville defensive backfield here. Burek just either spit a lot, or I don't think he spit a lot.
Uh-oh.
So he's going to have to take a break there. It's like Willie Beeman, Any Given Sunday. You know that movie there?
I do know that movie.
Jamie Foxx, I think, played the quarterback there. Hopefully Owen will be all right there. In comes, looks like
Gabe Stouffer.
Looks like Gabe Stouffer's going to take a snap here at quarterback, or do I know if we have a timeout? I think if you're injured, you have to come out. You have to stay out of play. But if you call timeout, I don't know if it was our team timeout or a official's timeout. Sometimes on these hot nights, they'll take a break too.
I think they had to call timeout because Burek, unfortunately, whether it's heat stroke or what have you, threw up out there. So they have to come and disinfect it.
All right, so they're disinfecting it with Zanesville's best water, it looks like, in a water bottle. It's all good. Fortunately, in the old days, I just go fertilize the grass, doesn't fertilize the artificial turf nowadays. So Gabe Stouffer's going to take a snap. Wouldn't be surprised to see a run here of some sort or a handoff. Stouffer breaks around, maybe picks up a couple, and gets smacked. So he's going to pick up a few. Picks up about 4 or 5 here. He's going to make it 3rd and 5. Stouffer stays in. Trying to find Burek down there. Probably getting hydrated. Burek keeps, and he's smacked, and he's going to be short. So it looks like Leopard's probably going to punt.
Good ride fake there. Just Zanesville's number 52, Braden Clater, did a good job of closing down and making the tackle.
Looks like Burek's all right down there. Dusky back to punt. 9:47 left here. Clean snap. Dusky gets off a beautiful spiral. That's going to go all the way down to the 4-yard line. If my math's right, that's a 61-yard punt.
And more importantly, no return. I tell you what, Dusky's had 7 kicks so far this year. Only one of their punts, only one of them have been returned.
And he's tucked a few inside the 5-yard line. So, Blue Devils take over with done very little on offense. I think, did they have 1 first down?
I think 1 first down.
1 first down. And I guess they're right around net 0 in yardage here. Drew Doyle at quarterback. Gives to Pouncey, who's going to pick up maybe a yard.
Tackle there by Carter Deem as well as Jacob Galbraith. Also nice to see number 13, Braden Elder, out there at the right corner position. Missed last week with an injury.
Okay, right now, defensive backfield there. Cooper Rice also playing corner. Jake Palmier, Colton Loy playing safety. And we got a Zanesville timeout. So we're going to take a quick break here on Stragit Media Network.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
Lean forward, they let him go with that. Doyle bounces the outside, gets the corner, keeps the outside, breaks contain, and he's going to pick up a first down and more for the blue and white of Zanesville. Fortunately, Will Ramsey slowly limping off the field. Hopefully, it looks like it could be an ankle issue. So Zanesville is going to pick up a 1st and 10. They're going to be on their own 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at the Zanesville 22.
Braden Elsas takes over at linebacker. Son of a Leopard great linebacker, Curtis Elsas.
I believe a first-team All-Ohioan?
Yes, I believe so. He was definitely great offensive and defensive player for Louisville. Flare out to Pouncey, who's going to push forward for about 5. A nice little pitch and catch.
Colton Lloyd doing a great job from
Doyle.
the strong safety position there, coming up and making the tackle. And so far, very encouraged by this Leopard defense, seeing a lot of hats around the football. Even guys who aren't making the tackle, there's 4 or 5 there, guys there surrounding the football.
Zanesville bunched up there. The receivers and slots tight. 2nd and 5. Low snap. Doyle keeps it. Goes around the right end, and he's going to push forward for about 3 or 4. It's going to make it a 3rd and short, probably 3rd and 2, I'm going to say.
Great play there by the junior Wyatt Smith at left end there, shedding the block and making the tackle, creating a critical 3rd and 2 situation here.
Big down, 7:40 and counting here. Louisville in the away Columbia blue jerseys, looking to get a stop. Fake, keep by Doyle, breaks the outside, and he's got a lot of turf ahead. Crosses the 50, and he's going to go out of bounds. And Zanesville on the other side of the 50 for the first time tonight.
Doyle did a great job there with the ride fake, got our left defensive end to suck in, and then had a lot of green in front of them.
Leopards right now without their defensive leader, Will Ramsey.
And you can just tell a difference in just the mentality out there. Leopards got to pick up the pieces and be ready to go here, even without their defensive leader.
Trips to the bottom side here. Give to Vaughn. He's bumped initially. Tries to break outside, and nothing doing. Brady Hawk. Braden Elsas there, cleaning up.
Brady Hawk pulling double duty as a starting right tackle for the Leopards, but also makes a great tackle for loss.
Kind of surprised that Pouncey, the running back, is definitely doing some leaning forward before the snap. I'm curious if they'll ready to brush him back on that with the yellow
there,
flag.
I felt like I was watching a little arena football right there.
Canadian arena there, right?
Either or, take your pick.
Zanesville in their bunch formation again here. Doyle rolls out. He's been getting able to get outside. He's going to throw up the middle. Colton Loy on coverage along with Jake Palmier and his brother Ty Palmier. The Palmier pair helps out Loy, and then Zanesville's going to face a 3rd and 13.
Leopards did a good job of not falling asleep there. Zanesville had been running that bunch formation a lot so far in this first half, kind of setting up that play, and Leopards not caught sleeping there.
Snap, Doyle rolls out. He's got pressure, floats one up, and it is intercepted.
Cooper Rice. The 6-foot junior right cornerback makes the interception. Great job catching the ball at its highest point.
Nice job breaking on it. Not a smart pass by Doyle for the Blue Devils. Sometimes you got to eat it. It's hard for a high school quarterback to do that, but sometimes you just got to play for field position and the philosophy of Coach Jim Tressel. All right, Leopards take over. 41-yard line. Owen Burek back under center. Owen DeMarziak back. Give up the gut, and Pouncey takes care of his counterpart at running back. And Leopard's going to lose 3 here. Leopards, a lot of momentum early drives. Right now they're sputtering a bit on offense.
Well, I tell you what, the Leopards so far in this first quarter and a half, I feel I've really dictated the physicality, dictated the tempo of this game, and really feel like they're up at least 2 scores, and they're only up 3-0. So really need points here on this drive.
2nd and 12. Burek throws him out wide, and it's incomplete. Braden Hershey on the target, which he might have picked up about 4 there, but he falls incomplete. And Leopards facing a 3rd and 12. Trying to capitalize on a turnover there. Cooper Rice interception. 5:54 left here in the first half. Leopards, the second drive, were clicking with a pass. I'm able to connect as much since that drive that led to 3 points. Leopards got down the 1-yard line. Unfortunately, got pushed back here. 3rd and 12. Burek takes the snap, play fake, throws over the middle, up high, and it's intercepted. David Evans plays the tip drill. And the Blue Devils once again cross the 50-yard line, and they are in great field position. One flaw thrown over the middle is you got more defenders.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, that time it a little bit off target. Wade couldn't pull it in, and the Blue Devils pounced on that opportunity, and they're going to take over here. Important for Louisville to get a stop here. 5:47 left here in the first half.
Yeah, just a tough break for the Leopards there. Wade open, just a slightly high throw. Couldn't quite haul it in, but more importantly, tipped it in the defensive back there to make the play.
Great initial contact. Amarius Jackson, first carry at running back, does a good job of getting it back just past the line of scrimmage. Made about 4 yards out of nothing. 2nd and 9 here as we head towards the end here of the first half. Wyatt Smith up front for the Leopards. Ben Brendel. Caden Straley manning the front 3 for Louisville. Doyle takes a snap. Looking deep there, and it's almost picked off by Colton Loy. Might have been able to call offensive interference, but you don't see that too much in high school. Nice coverage by Colton.
Well, I tell you what, Loy showing great restraint in this first half. Both the one play earlier, not hitting the quarterback late to get a flag, but right there really could have been drawn into a defensive pass interference because the ball was thrown behind him, but did a good job showing patience and deflecting the ball. Unfortunately, I think we have a Leopard. Is that a roughing the quarterback?
I did not see the call, but they marched off 15.
I didn't see it, but they marked a lot of yardage off, so I'm guessing a roughing penalty.
So Zanesville on the 30-yard line going in. Doyle with quarterback keep, cuts back. One too many times and gets swarmed by ocean of Columbia blue there.
Leopard's doing a great job with gap and integrity, meaning each guy is in charge of a gap, and they're not leaving that responsibility. Doyle nowhere to go on that cutback.
2nd 11. Doyle gives right up the gut. Justin Clayton, his first carry of the game. Skirts forward for about 5. It's going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Zanesville Blue Devils. 4 down territory likely. as the sun begins to set here in Zanesville, in Sulzberger Stadium. Doyle's going to keep it, tries to get to the outside, and he's 8 up there.
Brady Hawk once again with a tackle for loss.
I think that was Carter Deem.
My bad.
In there as well, I believe.
All
That's did a good job taking that out from his outside linebacker position. And the Blue Devils facing a 4th and 7.
Bringing out the field goal kicker.
Cam Van Kirk lining up for a 43-yarder. Leopards with all 11 up on the line of scrimmage. Make sure they stay home for the fake there. High snap, the kick is up. Does it have the distance? Just to the left. And the Leopards are going to take over here. And one thing that penalizes Louisville is that I believe in high school that's treated like a punt. So the Leopards are going to get the ball on the 20-yard line with 3:10 left. Plenty of time for a scoring drive here.
Leopards got the ball first this half, so obviously Zanesville gets it first in the second half. Would love to see the Leopards punch one in here.
Cam Doherty joining Owen Burek in the backfield for this series to start there. Colton Lloyd playing a little tight end. Tate Golden in motion, gets the pitch, cuts upfield, and he's going to push forward for 6. Not to be confused by the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish receiver Golden Tate, right? Is he still playing in the NFL or in those fantasy football drafts?
I believe he is retired, but that's probably why I drafted him this year in fantasy football. Him and Reggie Wayne. I'm notorious for being about 3 years too late.
2nd and 3 here. Picked up 7 where they spotted it. Give up to got to Doherty, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get close first down. Looks like they give him the first down yards. He crosses the 30-yard line. 2:25 left here in the first half. Sometimes, Coach, you want to see that first down, then you're going to pick up speed here. Clock stops on first downs here. Leopard offense looks to sideline for signals.
Tell you what, great run there by Cam Doherty, really avoiding the tackle for loss and getting just enough for a Leopard first down.
Another give to Doherty. Forward momentum gets him another 5 or 6 yards. Just running downhill on that give. No tippy-toeing.
Yep. But it was Doherty's last couple of runs or Tate Golden's little end around there. Just you see a lot of Leopards falling forward after contact, which is a good sign. Better to deliver the blow than to take it.
Yep. A lot funner being the hammer than the nail.
Amen to that.
Burek takes a snap, throws across the middle. Hit Tate Golden in stride, but Tate just lost it, and the Leopards going to face a 3rd and 5. Nice ball there, nice zip on it.
Very much so. Had an open Golden Tate there, and I'm sorry, Tate Golden.
Got you messed up
and
with
just
that
couldn't
reference
quite
there.
haul it in.
3rd and 5, big play for both teams here at the end of the first half there. Burek, little stop. It's Matt Crosby, and he's going to pick up the first down at about 9 yards. 1:26 here, so Leopards got to pick up the pace as they get the first down.
Play results in the first down for Louisville. Leopards have it at their own 44.
Coach Chris Kappas quickly signals in the play. Leopards get lined up. Burek takes the snap. He's going to look for the out. Braden Hershey wide open, but stays in bounds. And Leopards going to pick up another first down. Got to get lined up quickly here. 65 seconds left till the halftime gun. Leopards quickly line up in their 2-minute offense. Burek takes the snap. He looks another out. It's got Hershey, I believe, wide open again, and they're going to move the chains here. All the way down to the 33-yard line.
Good pitch and catch there from Burek to Hershey. Hershey did a good job that time around getting out of bounds. Leopards still only 53 seconds, but Leopards with all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to work with.
Zanesville corners playing soft coverage, giving the Leopards, and they're taken. Burek looks up top, and he's got Hershey for the touchdown. A beautiful 33-yard catch from senior Owen Burek to senior Braden Hershey, and the Leopards go ahead 9-zip.
Well, Leopards did a great job the first 2 plays. They're running little comeback routes. Third time around, they kind of caught the cornerback Jay Geiger flat-footed, and Hershey ran right by him. Good throw by Owen Burek.
They were doing a chore that I used to do in the Jancic household. You didn't. They were setting the table.
Well, always better to end up fashionably late at dinner and just in time.
Carter Dusky punches one through. And the Leopards, with 45 seconds left in the second quarter, go 80 yards in a minute 20 seconds. I think actually a minute 40 seconds. And they take a 10-0 lead. Nice drive by Louisville.
Great drive, and really just, again, Leopards have kind of, in my opinion, not necessarily dominated, but definitely dictated this first half. Would have been kind of disheartening going in up less than 1 score, and right there a big play from a senior to another senior, and 10-0 Leopards.
Yes, that's a huge momentum possession for Louisville.
And especially with the way that Zanesville's moving the ball, or the lack thereof, like a 10-0 lead feels like almost like 21-0 to Zanesville.
Yes, Louisville really dominated the first quarter. Couldn't got it all the way down the 1-yard line. Couldn't score. Took 3. Zanesville really struggled first quarter. Got the ball moving some in the second quarter. A couple of exchanged interceptions for those of you that have not been watching the full game. Missed a 43-yard field goal there to the left, and Leopards took it 80 yards to pay dirt. Big momentum swing for Louisville as it makes it a 2-score game. Leopards defense a little bit struggling. Their senior captain, Will Ramsey, sidelined with, I believe, an ankle injury. Carter Dusky almost tucks it in inside the 1, makes it sit, but Zanesville's going to take over with the 35-yard line with 45 seconds left the first half. We're flanked by the Leopard coaching staff, and I hear that good point. Got to finish the half here.
Yeah, played a solid first 23 minutes of this first half. Need to finish the deal, though.
Oh, that ball went to the end zone. I was thinking it was kicked out of bounds. So sorry, that was a touchback. So Zanesville takes over on the 20-yard line, so I'm sure they're for a handoff or a QB draw here with 45 seconds left. And they're going to go up top. Got a wheel route. Cooper Rice in coverage. Nice job staying home. And a little curl followed by a out and up, but the Leopards stay home as Zanesville gives it a shot here. 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds left. Leopards have two timeouts, all three. So that
interesting play here.
Yes, I think the Leopards, they get a stop here. You're going to see a quick timeout. Maybe get the ball back here. Field a short punt. You can have the ball inside the 40. But got to get a stop here on 2nd, 3rd down here. Doyle takes a snap, scrambles the outside. He crosses the 20, cuts back, and he's going to pick up 6, 3rd and 4. Clock running, 30 seconds here.
Zanesville with 2 timeouts left. Leopards choose to take one here on a key 3rd and 4.
25 seconds left. With Louisville with 1 timeout left, Zanesville can probably throw a pass. There's not any reward. Louisville with 2 timeouts, left. Zanesville got to get the first down somehow. So, well, John, as we're going to be heading into halftime here, what are some things Louisville needs to work on here for the second half? See a lot of good things?
See a lot of great things. I mean, a lot of almost things. A number of passes in that first half just off of fingertips, but guys open. I mean, the play calling, I think, has been really good. Burek's made some very good decisions, and look for more big plays from the Leopards in the second half. And again, defensively, you see a lot of Leopards around the ball. We've talked about it before. You hear a lot about party at the ball. The Leopards have done that.
Hot, sticky Friday night here in Muskingum County. We're going to see. It'll be interesting to see how teams come out in the second half. They're not used to playing in this heat for this long and this hard. Quarterback draw. Doyle breaks a tackle. And last push, he's going to be just short of a first down. Leopards get the spot from the officials.
Number 29, Braden Elsass, had him in the backfield. Couldn't quite bring him down, but slowed him down enough for his friends to take care of the rest of the play.
So 15 seconds left. Zanesville got to get a punt off. If the Leopards bring heat or look to get a return here, really with the return, you're not only going to get the ball with maybe 5 seconds left. So expect the Leopards to go after it here.
But a good timeout there by Coach Kappas, at least force the snap of a punt. And I mean, we're not in the NFL here where snaps are pretty much automatic. In high school, you never know. So at least make them complete the punt and see what happens.
Yeah, should bring a little heat. You're more likely to get a little Shankopotamus punt as well. So Zanesville line up in their offense. They're just going to try to get the first down. This is a bit of a gamble.
There it is.
And
the hard count, first down, Zanesville.
One good thing about us being old quarterbacks, never had to worry about jumping offside. I'm sure once in a while we miss the count. We just fake it till you make it.
Amen to that.
So Zanesville dodges a bullet there here at Salzburger Stadium. We'll have to tell a little story about Salzburger Stadium, a little Louisville connection here after halftime here. The Bluedevils take a knee. And we're going to head to the locker rooms here as we count down the end of the second quarter. Louisville with a 10-0 lead here in week 2 of Friday Night Football. You're watching the Straggett Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Louisville High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Christopher Bleininger, assisted by Mrs. Abigail Markowitz and Mr. Sam Bortzer, and student teacher Matthew Dietrich. The color guard is advised by Mrs. Sarah Philo and Miss Carrie Ann Hardman. Percussion instructor is Mr. Justin Severns. The band is led on the field by drum majors Morgan Callan and Riley Tipton. would like to begin our halftime show this evening with the opener from our competition show. Soloists include Josie Rigdon, Olivia Lewis on trumpet, and Landon Moser on baritone. We are excited to present Movement 1 of Blackbird Set 3.
Unfortunately, he gets his breaks on defense.
Right. Yeah, that was great. I saw when you went out there, I'm like, holy shit. That's nuts. Doing a hell of a job, though. Yeah. Both sides.
Yeah.
Really.
that was made famous in 1966 by the Rolling Stones. We hope you enjoy Painted Black.
Right?
Maybe it's me.
Yeah. You hear the traditional finish for the Pride of Louisville, the Louisville Marching Band. With the world-famous guillotine they perform. And I'm talking real quickly with someone that was a part of that guillotine a few years back. Our producer and head of sales at Strega Media Network, Rob Johnson. Rob, you remember doing that guillotine? You ever get hit in the head at all?
Everybody does. At one point in time, somebody always gets hit.
Breathtaking. If you watch from this day, and as always, you Louisville faithful know out there. Rob wears a million hats here for Strega Media, and he makes a million stops. Rob, what do you got coming up this weekend and this week here, making your visit to Leopards?
Well, this weekend, tomorrow, actually, we will be streaming. We won't be streaming, but we'll do highlights and stuff of the cross-country meet tomorrow over at Glen Oak High School.
Okay.
The boys and girls cross-country team will be there. And then we'll be at the stadium. We're going to stream that game. The boys soccer team varsity plays, I believe it's at 5 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then the start of next week kind of rolls back in. Monday, the plan is to try and catch up with one of the golf teams. Tuesday, the Lady Leopards, I believe it's Tuesday, the Lady Leopards volleyball team. I'm just checking here real quick. Make that. It is, I thought it was Tuesday. Anyways, I know the Lady Leopards are at home in volleyball. We have them next week. I guess the boys are at Salem, correction, on cross country tomorrow. So it must be just the girls over at Glen Oak.
Okay.
I know that we have soccer next week, but we plan to be somewhere every night. We try to be anyways.
So Strega Media just covering, if you want to find Leopard sports coverage.
Well, that's the big thing.
Gives eyes to almost every activity, every sport.
Well, the goal is to touch every activity as much as we can. Just trying to make sure whether it's soccer on Tuesday, volleyball on Wednesday, football on Friday. We want to be there. We want to cover all the programs.
Yeah, our community is very fortunate for the time that you put in, and John Taggart puts in to just give this attention and give this coverage to our Louisville athletes, and something special. We obviously have a special tradition here at Louisville, and appreciate all the time you guys put in.
I appreciate it. With Dr. Thomas and Michelle Schaefer and Terry Horn, they gave John and I the opportunity. We had an idea a while back to create an ESPN for Louisville, and also a community. A doc calls it a community crier.
Yes.
That we can get all the information out for the schools, the Y, whoever else. So.
Well, thank you once again, Rob, for your time here, producing and cameraman tonight. We're going to take a break here for wrap up the halftime. We'll be back in a bit with the Leopards leading 10-0 over the Zanesville Bluedevils on the Strega Media Network.
The Straggett Media Network, a local broadcasting network, specializing in weather, news, sports, musical guests, weddings, commercials, visual marketing graphics. Let us take your business, school, wedding, or event to the next level. The Straggett Media Network.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a Leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push you around and take what's yours. Fight hard and rise to the challenge to show yourself that in years to come, that as your life gets hard, you'll have the intestinal fortitude to overcome. For many years, you have trained and practiced for this moment. And show what you got.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Cheerleading techniques with Tori. Located at 133 East Main Street, Louisville, Ohio. Call today, 330-573-4580.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
Thank you, everyone. And now please join us across the field. The Zanesville Bluedevils marching band is under the direction of Mr. Kelly Ryan and Mr. Brian Kramer. The Devilettes are under the direction of Miss Leah Mill.
All right, hey, we're back in Zanesville, Ohio. The Louisville Leopards at halftime leading the Zanesville Bluedevils 10-0. This is Mac Aljancic alongside my younger brother John Aljancic, who's going to read over some stats for us in the first half.
Well, so far, first half, Leopards dominate. Total yardage 220 to 42. Led by, on the ground, led by Owen DiMarzio with 27 yards. Burek 26, Doherty 23. In the air, Owen Burek 9-19, a buck 22, a touchdown and an interception. And Carter Dusky doing a great job punting the ball. 2 punts for an average of 48.5 yards. And no returns on each of those. For the Zanesville Bluedevils, they're led by their quarterback, Doyle, with 27 yards and only 1 completion out of 6 for 5 yards with an interception. Their punter has 3 punts for a total of 43 yards. So kind of a battle of the punters in order to try to gain the best field position possible. But Leopards really dominate that first half, only up 10-0 at halftime.
Got a duel between Ray Guy and Reggie Roby here, at least statistically on paper there.
Yes, we do. I don't see either one of them with a wristwatch on, so.
A little old school for you youngins watching at home. Hey, reminder, we're going to have our player of the game, sponsored by Carrabba's Italian Grill. We'll be giving that at the end of the game, so we got some favorites right now. Can't beat Carrabba's. That's got to go maybe top 5 of my restaurant book, outside of Louisville, of course.
Of course. Now listen, my body rejects empty carbs, but the bread there is phenomenal.
Yeah, speaking of great food, we were traveling down to Zanesville, stopped at a Zanesville legendary place, Adornetto's here. I used to go to school down here in Muskingum County, Muskingum, and saw a lot of Leopards in there. Some great food.
I think the secret got out up to Louisville, but what is it, Adornetto's?
Adornetto's.
Adornetto's. I tell you what, one of the best Italian meals I've ever had. So if you're ever in this area, a little shout out to them, a must place to go dine.
There you go. I'm trying to put a plaque in. That was where my wife and I had our first date. So I need to put that on the wall, hide it in the wall or something there. But great food and a great wife out of the way. So the Leopards, what are some things we want to see here in the second half for Louisville?
Well, just keep doing what they're doing. I just want to see them finish drives. They just haven't been able to do that, whether it's been a key penalty, a drop, a miscue, a misthrow, you name it. Just finish drives. Defensively, keep doing what you're doing. They're doing a great job against the Drew Doyle quarterback, who's very quick getting side to side, but the Leopards doing a good job of stringing it out. Just want to see more of the same, just finish.
Yes, doing a good job in the pursuit lanes, limiting big plays here. Zanesville, how many first downs do we say? Do we have?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Leopards 12, Zanesville 4, and 2 of those came by penalty for Zanesville.
Yeah, statistics courtesy of Mike Burke, longtime statistician for Louisville Leopards, a great baseball player back in the late 70s. Now, a lot of you watching at home on this long drive down I-77, a little right turn at I-70 there. I know Dan Wilson, former Leopard running back, was tuning in at home. So we're here at Salzburger Stadium. You want to share a little bit about that? There's a little Louisville connection.
Well, it's John D. Salzburger Memorial Stadium. Unfortunately, it's the story's about a life lost early, but John Salzburger was actually went to play football at Ohio State. His freshman year college roommate, was Woody Hayes' son, which was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, Mr. Salzburger contracted leukemia that year and passed away the following summer. But I tell you what, just an outstanding facility here in Zanesville.
And what's our Louisville connection to add to that? What makes it special for Louisville?
Well, the Louisville connection is the Sigler family, and the Salzburgers are related and actually having a family reunion down here.
Mark Sigler, longtime school board member. Jeff Sigler, longtime Louisville Little Leopard football coach for, I think, the Cowboys, right?
Actually, my first football, his first year was my first year at the Cowboys.
There you go. So
not too long ago.
I believe Mr. Salzburger and their dad, somehow they're cousins. So they're connected, and they were apparently wearing their family reunion shirts. So
I believe their mom and his dad were cousins. I believe. Mark, I apologize if that's incorrect.
So the city of Constitution Town, USA covers the globe in one way or another. Carter Dusky set to kick off here second half. Zanesville set to receive. Dusky hits a hook that's gonna linger on the sideline. Looks like it's staying bounds. And stopped there by Cooper Rice.
Just the tone you want to set to start this second half. Carter Dusky with a nice gap wedge that just stopped at the 2-yard line.
A little hooded gap
wedge. A little hooded gap wedge maybe, but great play nonetheless. Leopards have the Blue Devils in serious trouble here to start the half.
And really field position and fielding punts, fielding kicks. Actually, both teams have been hurt at times. But hit some rollers that are tough to handle. And Zanesville backed up on their own 7-yard line. Drew Doyle at quarterback there with Von Pouncey beside him there. Fake to Pouncey. Doyle keeps it, and he's tackled there, I believe, by Wyatt Smith.
That's Wyatt's second tackle for loss on the night. Doing a great job of reading the fake jet sweep one way. Wyatt all over Drew Doyle.
Leopards, who struggled up front in game 1 against the New Philadelphia Quakers, the first trip south. Second trip here, they're doing a much better job up front, learning from their film work and corrections from practice this week here. 2nd and 9.
And that's a credit to Coach Kappas and his coaching staff. The boys really prepared tonight.
Jake Atkins, defensive coordinator there. Keep by Doyle, gets to the outside, and he's going to go a little Franco Harrison tiptoe out of bounds instead of leaning forward for the first down there.
Colton Lloyd did a good job of running him out of bounds. Sets up a key 3rd and short here to start the second half.
The late, great Franco Harris, who was a great running back, but Jim Brown used to get on him for saving his body going out of bounds.
Did he make the immaculate reception, Mac?
Hey, I call it a catch here.
All right.
Keep by Doyle. He breaks it, and he is nothing doing there. It's like Cooper Rice finishing up there. Couldn't see who initially got there.
I think Ben Brendel got in there, and just I tell you what, the Leopards front really dictating the line of scrimmage right now.
So Zanesville forced to punt there. Looks like the Leopards adjusted. Gabe Stouffer back to receive the punt, about 33 yards back. He was a lot deeper in the first half, so he's make sure we field this punt, keep our field position. Doyle hits a high knuckler. Stouffer catches right at midfield, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2. Slips through 3, 4, 5, and he moves forward 9 yards, but unfortunately, that Pittsburgh Steeler yellow hanky is out flying. It's a terrible towel for the Leopards.
That's a terrible hanky for sure. Block in the back on the Leopards will push them back another 10.
So that's going to cost 20 yards of field position, unfortunately. Instead of 10 in the black, they're going to go 10 in the red. But still great field position here. Good field position, I should say. Leopards start at their own 40-yard line. Leopards up front, Cyrus Wright. Trevor Burek at left tackle, right at left guard there.
Chase Wondercheck catching. I'm sorry, snapping.
Give there to Cam Doherty, who breaks 1 tackle, has got more daylight, and he's going to break off a 21-yard run. Gets that punt penalty yardage right back, and then some, and the Leopards are inside the Blue Devil territory.
And got a great block by number 21, Quinn Burek on the cutback. Really sprung him for an extra 8-10 yards.
Josh Nicholson stepping in left guard this week. Nice job with the pull. Brady Hawk at right tackle. Golden goes in motion. Fake give. Owen,
he's wide open. He's wide open.
Is Braden Hershey, and he makes it. No, it's broken up at the 2-yard line. Fortunately, Leopards can't connect on that one. And it makes it 2nd and 10.
Tough play. Hershey was wide open, starting 20 yards down the field. Throw was a little late, but still would like to see him make that catch.
All right, 4 down territory probably for Louisville. Here the coaching staff yelling an easy call, and what are we going to get a penalty here?
Guessing an illegal shift of some sort or a false start.
I think that if linemen put their hand down and came back up.
Yeah, they tried to call an audible from the sidelines, but just a little miscommunication there.
So the Leopards, a fingernail or two away from hitting paved dirt, now are staying 43 yards away here, 2nd and 15. Burek shuffles the pocket. He's going to get forward and gets a good 6-7 yards. Want to look like he's going to lose a few.
Burek did a great job of cutting that up instead of going out of bounds and collecting a good 8 or 9 yards.
3rd down 7.
Ball is now at the Bluedevils 35-yard line.
On a beautiful Friday night, half moon out here in Zanesville, Ohio. As the Blue Devils and Leopards both looking for the first win here. 3rd and 7 here on 35 there. Burek's going to keep it. And he unfortunately comes away with nothing. 4th and 7. Will Louisville play field position? Or are they going to do the lineup and shotgun, a little pooch punt here?
I think you're going to see a pooch punt there. But, okay, great job by the Zanesville right defensive end, Roquel Cornell. Did a great job of really pinching down on the play. Caught the pulling, I think it was guard by the Leopards, and then was able to make a play.
Burek in shotgun. Let's see if he steps back. He doesn't, so they're going to keep it. Rolls looking for a throwback. Has a screen to Hershey. Breaks one tackle, but he's going to come up short. So Zanesville will take over on their own 30-yard line as a little throwback slip screen goes for naught. So Cam Doherty, 21-yard run, put the Leopards in great field position, but they can't capitalize, and the Blue Devils take over here with 9:06 left here in the 3rd quarter. I think the Blue Devil needs to turn up the dimmer on their light system here. Definitely some mood atmosphere here.
You know, that's what phone flashlights are for, Mac.
There you go. Little bubble screen outside there. Great tackle there. Cooper Rice, who's been saying his name a lot tonight.
Cooper Rice having a heck of a game.
He's tackled by Cooper Rice.
Got a request from Ryan Brayler there for some Adernettos we mentioned earlier. Bring home there. Must know that Zanesville destination. All you listening at home. Or you can make your posts on Facebook, or you can find Straggett Media on Facebook or YouTube. Their links, easy to find. Find all your Leopard sports here. 2nd and 9. Zanesville in their bunch formation have gone to a lot. Balanced bunch there. Doyle takes a snap, throws a wide out pass, and number 3, we know who that guy is?
Cooper Rice.
Cooper Rice. Nothing doing. Best Frank Minifield imitation there. Puts Zanesville in a 3rd and 9 situation here. Got Jake Atkins and Troy Davis signaling defenses there. 8:20 here in the 3rd. Zanesville with a wide trips to the bottom here. Leopards in a 2 deep coverage there. Oh, fumbled snap there. Doyle breaks one tackle, slips another. Can he get to the outside? He does. But the Leopards maintain the pursuit. Colton Loy.
And there's that man again, number 3, Cooper Rice.
Rice-A-Roni we got cooking here.
The San Francisco treat.
There you go. And Louisville repels Zanesville's opening series here, the second half here. I'm sorry, second series here. Gabe Stouffer back again from his free safety duties. Plays a little center field on the punt return here. Doyle kicks it, a low spiral. Gabe Stouffer takes his 38. Pushes forward for about 10 yards. The Leopard's going to take over just shy of the 50-yard line. So Louisville defense opposing its will here in the second half. Offensively, looking to break this game open. Leading 10-0, an early Carter Dusky 20-yard field goal. Leopards got down to one, were repelled. And then a late second quarter, inside a minute left. Owen Burek, 33-yard pass to Braden Hershey as Leopards up 10-0 here.
Look for the Leopards to go downtown here at some point. They've had a lot of receivers open down the field.
Over the middle, a little one-hopper. Intended for Matt Crosby. He's got 2 or 3 catches on the night. Goes incomplete. 2nd and 10.
White defending for the Bluedevils. 2nd down.
Got a receiving core, Tate Golden playing the slot. Austin Wade, kind of a H-back slot. Big size there. Flanked on that side by Matt Crosby. Braden Hershey. I haven't seen Quinn Burek, who played a lot last week. I don't know if he's dealing with an injury or... Cam Doherty gets around the right end and is upended after a gain of 2. Junior inside linebacker. Didn't see any offensive possession carries last week, but he's carried about 6 or 7 times.
I tell you what, he's ran really hard tonight. Would love to see him on a play there, run to the left. Would love to see that ball in his left hand, not his right. His left hand there, that way he can stiff arm with his right. Let's see if he can make that adjustment later in the game.
3rd and 7. Leopards fade 3rd and 7 their last possession. Couldn't convert here. Burek, I think, looking at a different route than what his receiver broke off, and the Leopards are going to probably have to punt here. Out comes the punt team.
See if we can have a little more Dusky magic right here.
Braden Elder set the snap there. Nice punt to the corner. And Dusky once again gets it inside the red zone, and the Bluedevils are going to take over at their 12-yard line with 6:32 left here in the 3rd quarter. Well, Louisville's got off to a nice second half start. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get any points yet. And good to see. We want to get some momentum going on the points column both in this game and to set the tone for week 3, where we have our home opener against the Northwest Indians. Kind of our 1990s, late night, really 2000s rival. And then week 4, we face our rivals from the 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, those pumpkin heads from the North Canton Hoover Vikings. Lake Blue Streaks traveled to Hartville, Uniontown in week 5. Perry Panthers, another old Federal League foe, comes in week 6. I believe week 7 is the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. We got Green Bulldogs, got the G Series, Green and Glen Oak. Finish up with South Range and Steubenville. But we got to take care of the Zanesville Bluedevils right now. Doyle fakes, throws a flare out. On the outside there.
Zanesville, you can see first half not having a lot of luck running the ball in between the tackles, kind of using that little flare pass or maybe bubble screen as more of a run play and trying to get outside to break contain.
Drake Tabler on the catch, his first catch tonight. I don't know if he's related to the Pat Tabler. Shout out to Bill Goebel, watching at home. Bill, good to let you know the sun is down there, so no need to squint while I'm watching. Inside joke there. Von Pouncey picks up a couple. He's going to make it 3rd and short here. On a beautiful second Friday night here. Picturesque here. Zanesville in a tight bunch to the top. Going to throw it on 3rd. Doyle's going to
Leopards bring the house.
Brings pressure. Doyle escapes 1, escapes 2, escapes 3. And brought down there. Got to see who got him there. Looks like it was Cooper Rice finishes him off there. Let's hope that was a hold and not some type of, look like it's going to hold, and I'm sure the Leopards going to decline that. And Zanesville loses about 13 yards on that one there.
Block in the back.
It's going to make 4th. Go from a 3rd and 2 to a 4th and 15 as Leopards decline the penalty there.
Leopards just tenacious with the blitz there on 3rd and short.
We talked about before the game getting hats on the ball. Leopards really doing a good job pursuing. Sometimes you see guys, you see somebody make a tackle, you slow down. Got a lot of shuffling. See if they're going to call it, I believe, on the Blue Devils. The head referee looking over the side, and he's getting a signal. We get a false start on the blue and white. Zanesville wearing the rare home whites here tonight as the Leopards get to show off their baby blues, Columbia blue.
And I'll be honest with you, not sure if they're wearing the whites due to the heat tonight.
High snap. Doyle gets off a one that Gabe Stover does a great Willie Mays catch on. Shakes, gets to the outside. He's got a wall out there. Gets a nice block. And picks up about 15 and maybe a late hit there. I don't see a flag. Probably could have got that there.
Great over-the-shoulder Willie Mays catch there by Gabe Stover, doing a great job of catching that ball and getting a good 15 yards.
Carter Dean, the junior, did a nice job blocking on the perimeter, get him an extra 7-8 yards. The Leopards are sitting in great position, taking over on the Blue Devil 35-yard line here in Zanesville. Of course, I told John Zanesville's famous landmark, world famous. People come from all over. What do they come to see?
A 3-way bridge.
A Y bridge.
A Y bridge.
I think it was considered, I think it's right now, it's the 9th wonder of the world. Didn't quite make the list there, but right around there, the Y bridge to come see here. Leopards doing some shifting. Colton Loy there at the slot. We got a give to Doc. Cam Doherty muscles his way forward for about 4.
Jay Geiger and Justin Clayton with the tackle.
2nd and 6 here for Louisville.
Leopards doing a good job of kind of running that outside zone. Look for Burek to keep that ball one time and run. A lot of real estate open to the right.
Looking for the offensive signal. I don't know if that's Coach Cadone making the signals there. I'm sure Coach Kappas doing a lot of play calling here. In his 2nd game as high school coach after a long tenure at the college ranks. Fake to Doherty. Burek keeps it. A lot of green turf ahead. And he's going to take it inside the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, it's a great sign to see wide receivers blocking down the field, and there was a great example of that. The senior number 6, Braden Hershey, getting a block down the field, even though it didn't come into play at that. For this play, could work wonders later down the road.
Got a Leopard lineman down. Can't quite see yet.
I believe that's Cyrus Wright. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
He's working on his, yep, looks like they're doing some cramp work. All right. John, I think you know if you're now Jancic, you've been raised to hate the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's hard for me to even say that name.
Yes, our dad is grew up about 10 miles from Cleveland Stadium in Euclid. But you're talking about great downfield blocking. There's a receiver that wore the black and yellow. I'm not going to say black and gold because it's yellow. That I think is a Hall of Famer. He's a very good receiver, and he was maybe the best blocking receiver I've ever seen. Any idea who he is?
I believe he's a Georgia Bulldog, correct?
I believe so, with a smile that could light up Pennsylvania and makes me want to smack him every time.
One Mr. Hines Ward, which little known fact was actually a quarterback in college.
That's right. quarterback for Indiana, I think, or did he play at Georgia?
Georgia.
No, that was Anton Randall L. played for Indiana.
Yep. But yeah, a very good example of a great downfield blocker. Hall of Famer,
Hey,
I might have to agree to disagree with you on that one. He played for Pittsburgh.
All right. That's enough Steeler talk for the night there. Frank Grimm, if you're watching home, that's all you get, buddy.
Wide open, wide open.
Flopper there, little floater, rainbow pass to Colton Lloyd for the touchdown.
Well, I tell you, he cleared the second level there, was wide open. Burek did a great job of putting it on him.
And I believe we have an injury of some sort there. Burek did a nice job of throwing between the linebackers and the safeties, throw a nice touch pass. Number 32, Colton Lloyd, comes out to grab, I believe, his first touchdown as a Leopard. And the Leopards are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game with 4 minutes even left here in the third quarter. Gabe Stouffer set the hold. Looks like, I can't tell who's snapping. I think it might be Loy. And Carter Dusky puts it straight through there. So with 4 minutes even, the Leopards go up 17-0. We're going to take a break on the Streggett Media Network.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a Leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push you around and take what's yours. Fight hard and rise to the challenge to show yourself that in years to come, that as your life gets hard, you'll have the intestinal fortitude to overcome. For many years, you have trained and practiced for this moment. And show what you got.
All right, we're back in the Ville. That would be Zanesville here. Louisville on an 18-yard pitch and catch from Owen Burek to Colton Lloyd. Take a 17-0 lead. Carter Dusky boots a squibber. Field by the up back. Drake Tabler brings out. Zanesville takes over at their own 32-yard line, I believe, here.
Good news for the Leopards. It's what we're hearing from the sidelines. Cyrus Wright, the starting left guard, has a cramp, and he is probable to return.
Good to hear here. Will Ramsey, our captain linebacker, leader of our defense, fortunately suffered an injury, leg injury in the first half. He has not returned.
This defense has done a good job. Initially, when the injury happened, you could definitely tell somewhat of a letdown. Defense looked a little discouraged, but I tell you what, they picked it up, and they have been playing an inspired defense here the rest of the way.
Braden Elsas taking over linebacker. Jacob Galbraith playing the inside there. Little bubble screen falls incomplete there. Seen some other names out there. Gabe Stouffer at safety. Cooper Rice has done a phenomenal job out at cornerback here. Braden Elder playing some quarterback right now. Carter Deem getting a lot of action outside linebackers. They're giving Cam Dockery some time off. He's getting some offensive carries. Doyle rolls out to his left, throws against his body. Off target. And Carter Dusky out there in coverage. maybe 6 inches away from reaching back and taking that one to the house.
I tell you what, just the somewhat smaller but much more aggressive defensive line really taking it to the front five of Zanesville, who are a big group, but just it appears the defensive line for Louisville just kind of running around them.
Brody Hawk, Ben Brendel, Wyatt Smith manning the front lines here. Big play here for Louisville and for Zanesville. Zanesville really, the momentum he really sapped out of him. But Doyle delivers and gets the first down and keeps the Blue Devils' hopes alive. Jaden Johnson on the catch there. And Zanesville moves it out to the 43-yard line here.
Doyle did a good job of really planting his back foot and driving through that throw, and just a good strike to number 12.
Leopards can't let off the gas pedal here defensively. Fake, Doyle keeps, looks like an old RPO, and he gets KO'd there.
Brady Hawk, once again, with an assist from Carter Deem.
Deem getting a lot of action tonight, doing a great job, calling 23's number a lot. Ben Brendel comes out. Trevor Burek in a little defensive action. I have not seen the young freshman out there, but he's going to get a look there. Zanesville in their tight, balanced shotgun set. Doyle rolls out there, throws a little floater. Caught. Couple of tackles broken there on a nice catch and run by Joe Geiger. And the Zanesville is in business here at the Leopard 38-yard line.
Well, that was a really good throw by Doyle. If that ball's anywhere behind him, Loy either knocks it down or picks it off for that matter. But Doyle did a good job of getting that ball out in front of the receiver and just got Loy a little bit out of position with such a great throw, and he was able to turn it up the field.
So Zanesville with a foot in a grave a few plays ago, facing a 3rd and 10, down 17 now, are in business. As Drew Doyle makes a couple of big connections there. Throws an out route there to Geiger again, who slips outside and picks up about 4 or 5 here.
Tackle by the senior Carter Dusky.
So sometimes you get a little bigger lead, you give a little cushion and maybe take a little notch down on the intensity here.
Yeah, Leopards definitely look like they're a little on their heels right now. Look for Coach Kappas to dial up a little pressure here to get them back going.
Tight trips here to the bottom side here, 2nd and 5. Drew Doyle slings it to the outside. Another catch here by Jaden Johnson. Zanesville's on their best drive of the night right now.
Now, like you talked about, Louisville playing a little softer here. Zanesville doing a good job of taking what the defense is giving them. Would love to see Louisville tighten it up a little bit and make them try to throw it over the top. Because even though they may be able to throw it over the top, small receivers like your matchups on the outside.
A little flare route out there. Gabe Stouffer with the initial hit on Drake Tabler. The originator of the Leopard Nation nickname there, Ben Stouffer. Dad looks on proudly. Nice tackle by the young sophomore here. 2nd and 10 here as we get inside 1 minute here in the 3rd quarter.
At the 23.
Doyle sets his feet, and it's picked off there. Carter Dusky breaks one tackle, and he's going to take it all the way out to the 47-yard line.
Carter Dusky, great job reading Doyle's eyes there. Doyle got a little too vision happy there, staring down his receiver, and Dusky just cut right in front and almost took it to the house.
Interception number 2 for the Leopards. Cooper Rice had one in the first half.
Yep.
Sims, the Zanesville's biggest drive of the night, and the Leopards with 29 seconds left in third quarter.
And look for the Leopards here, a little change of possession. Look for a little ride fake, go deep. Send this home crowd to the exits.
So offense corner John looking big. I'm going to guess Leopard's going to pound the ball here. But let's see. Sudden change. Coach John. Urick wanted to go deep. Slips a couple tackles. Tackle number 3 gets a Urick sandwich. And that's probably going to do for the third quarter here. I wasn't looking downfield. What do we have anything? He'd have pressure to throw.
They tried to go down the field. Zanesville did a good job of staying back. I think they had double coverage on Hershey down the middle of the field.
Urick did a good job protecting the ball, getting that blindside hit, and that's going to do it. So with 3 quarters in the books, it's your Louisville Leopard 17, the Zanesville Bluedevils nothing. We're going to take a break. You're watching this Dragon Media Network.
The Straggett Media Network, a local broadcasting network, specializing in weather, news, sports, musical guests, weddings, commercials, visual marketing graphics. Let us take your business, school, wedding, or event to the next level. The Straggett Media Network.
Cheerleading techniques with Tori. Located at 133 East Main Street, Louisville, Ohio. Call today, 330-573-4580.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
We're back at Sulzberger Stadium here as you hear the pride of Louisville playing a little crazy train there. Ozzy Osbourne. Owen Burek fakes the ride, keeps the ball. And he is going to do a little take a break. Getting it all the way out to midfield. Nice pickup there. Of about 8. Gives the Leopards a manageable third down here. Up 17-0 here at the start of the fourth quarter. A couple other Leopards watching at home. Ted Street, former Leopard quarterback, the undefeated 1966 Leopards, shouting us out at home. Phyllis Schmucker, the First Lady of Louisville Touchdown Club, as her late husband Doyle Schmucker started that way back in 1986. Now in its 36th year, my math does it right there, 37th year. Contact Louisville if you want to do the Touchdown Club. Shirley Johnson, proud mother, I assume, of Roberto Johnson, our producer here.
I tell you what, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Doyle Schmucker as well. Took great pride in the Touchdown Club, but I tell you what, I still remember him taking great care of the Louisville Leopard Stadium field, mowing it every week. And I tell you, I was fortunate enough to play in a lot of different stadiums. By far the best grass field I've ever played on.
Yes, did a phenomenal job investing his time. And a lot of you old Leopard fans remember the old stadium there. Beautiful place. Obviously, the footprint is now home to the new Louisville Stadium. But hope retirement's treating you well, Phyllis. So this is Mac Aljancic alongside my brother John Aljancic calling the Leopard game here. 3rd and 8. So Leopards look to put some big nails in the coffin here. And I think we're gonna have a little false start here as they get a leaning. It's hard to keep those happy feet there, those receivers.
Yeah, just a little quick, little communication, miscommunication on the snap there. But
yeah, that was so you don't have cadences like you did in the old days where you took it under center there.
Yeah, and you know what? I know this broadcast is all throughout the country, I'm sure. But a little special shout out to the region out there in Northwest Indiana and the faithful, the Leopard faithful listening to us in Valparaiso. Great to have you on board.
Little fake. Back screen there, Jake Palmier breaks a tackle. He gets close to first down. We get a flag thrown from, I think, Buckeye Lake in Licking County. That was thrown all the way across the field.
I think they're throwing it for an illegal man downfield.
Not sure with high school screens, they're talking it over there.
Well, the problem is I think that throw was across the line of scrimmage. Yeah, a very good design, but that's the second time Burek on that play. Kind of likes to float that bubble screen. The problem is he's leading him down the field, and consequently, there you have the legal man downfield. Hopefully Leopards can make that adjustment. It's a very effective play, and I'm sure it'll be one for the rest of the season. Just got to clean that up a little bit.
You mentioned the outskirts of Indiana, Northwest Indiana. I'm sure that there's some people know the name of Bob Gladio in our Ring of Honor, our star out there for Notre Dame.
He was pretty good, I hear.
Pretty good, to quote Larry David. I was told that the Galagios and Klebecks are always racing to see who'd get in last to the daily mass when they attended St. Louis Elementary, for those of you that attended that school back in the day. Apologize for telling that, Mr. Galaggio. All right, we're going to get a little handoff to Tate Golden, who breaks forward and gets some good yardage. Going to pick up about 10. Going to make it 4th and 7. I imagine with the lead here, Leopards are going to punt it away there. And Coach Kappas calls it there.
Number 5, Tate Golden.
Get a little score here. Leopards play Northwest next week at home, the home opener. Hopefully see you all there to pack stadium there. Right now, the Indians are trailing the Marlington Dukes 28-21 as the Dukes look to go 2-0 on the season. Marlington's going to be back on the schedule next year. Be good to see our old neighborhood rivals. Alliance Aviators going to be playing next year. High snap there. Carter Dusky. It's a nice little spiral. Rolls down at the 11-yard line. Nice punt. Unfortunately, been spoiled by Carter. Usually gets it inside the 10.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but Carter, you can work on it for next week. No, just another outstanding punt.
Trying to figure out who my favorite Dusky I taught of all time.
Oh, I think that's
Maybe
probably
the great Brotherhood Trio.
This is probably an appropriate time to share that.
There. Carter, Cole, or who am I missing?
Well, I'm guessing whoever you're missing is probably not the top of the list.
Come on. Had a year or two ago. I apologize to the Dusky family there. Zanesville takes over here. Got a lot of math to make up here. On their own 11. Doyle throws a floater. That might get picked off. Broken up there by Gabe Stouffer. And we're going to get a little NFL, I don't know what they call it here in high school. Defenseless receiver is Gabe. I think it was unintentional. Gabe was breaking on the ball.
It's a new rule in high school this year, and quite frankly, just in my opinion, just a horrible call. It would be, and this is kind of, and for me personally, kind of ruining the game of football. I mean, Gabe did an outstanding job making a break on that play. Didn't lower his shoulder, didn't lower his head. Just tried to break up the pass. It's not his fault the wide receiver didn't see him, and they make the call. So I think by the letter of the law, might have been the right call, but the rule in general, I'm not a big fan of.
All right. Tom Siegfried, our Leopard basketball coach, listening at home, reminds me, Chase Dusky. Chase will put you at number 1 there. Tough call there. Hear the Leopard band doing a little roller coaster ride down there. You can catch that on your home games next week. See them doing that in the band stands there. Zanesville with a 1st and 10 there. Doyle's pass falls incomplete.
Good break up there by number 4, Ty Palmier. And I tell you what, I don't know about you, I'm sniffing a pick 6 here by the Leopards. A lot of balls just kind of hanging up there. Defensive backs really vulture swirling right now.
Like a 3-year-old sippy cup, I'm seeing a lot of floaters.
Well played, Matt, well played.
Doyle scrambling, pressure there by Jacob Galbraith. Can't make a connection there with Joe Geiger.
And that's just another example tonight. Galbraith doing a great job. Leopards doing a great job of staying on their feet, not going for the pump fake, and really making Doyle retreat. If he wants to get around him, he's got to retreat, and it just makes the throw significantly tougher.
Yeah, and Doyle's a shifty athlete. He's been breaking a lot of tackles, but they've been doing a good job of stringing him out so he can't get a lot of north-south yardage. 3rd and 10. 10:03 here left. Doyle's going to keep it up the gut. And he breaks a few tackles. He's got a lot of daylight and more. He's off to the races. 30, 20, 10. And he's going to go 64 yards.
We do have some laundry on the field, ladies and gentlemen.
Penalty here on the 40-yard line here.
I'm not sure.
They're doing some discussion here.
There's a lot of walking back, which is a good sign for the blue and white.
This actually probably prevent the 1st down if it's what we think it is here. Zanesville don't see any happy campers circling the zebras. Just talked about him being an athlete and Leopards stringing him out, but sometimes athletes make plays. So we got a, I think he called it personal foul. Maybe it's a.
I think it's a defenseless play, a block.
Like a blindside block.
Blindside block, which, again, not my favorite call as well. It'd be different if it was malicious. I wish they were able to judge intent, but I didn't see anything there. But again, the Leopards this time around the beneficiary.
You
So we'll
can't
call
do
it
the
even.
no-look block anymore, and I know it's tough. We like to see it, you know, us old schoolers like to see the game, but with the state of heads injuries, it's to keep this game going for a while. I think those are things that's an unfortunate it's a necessary sacrifice, I think. And in this case, it helps the Leopards out there. 3rd and 9 now. Doyle slings over the middle. Falls incomplete. I think Jacob Galbraith got a fingertip on that to throw off the pass, and the Zanesville Blue Devils sent out their punt team. So big change of events there with that yellow hanky.
Gabe Stafford did receive the punt. Doyle in punt formation.
Uh-oh, snap over his head.
Bad snap. He's got to field it. He knocks out it, and that's going to be a safety. And the Leopards are going to go up 19-0. And they're going to get a punt as well.
Punter did an outstanding job of hitting that ball out of the back of the end zone with Jake Palmier and Quinn Burek bearing down on him. But the Leopards will take the 2 nonetheless.
So the Leopards push the lead out to 19-0 here with 9:43 left.
Mac, we got some
You're watching
scores
Louisville
from around
Leopard
the county.
Athletics.
The Perry Panthers are losing to St. Vincent St. Mary 16-3-7 in the 4th quarter. The Green Bulldogs up 21-7 over South Range. Avon Lake up 21-7 over the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. The Alliance Aviators coming off a big win over the Lake Blue Streaks, up 33-21 to Niles in the 4th. The Mayfield Wildcats defeating Jackson 34-21. That's in the 4th quarter. The Canton South Wildcats and Dover Tornadoes in an absolute shootout, 36-34 in the 4th. The Lake Blue Streaks up 35-17 over the Boardman Spartans. That one's also in the fourth. And just an update on that Marlington Northwest score. Marlington up 28-21. That one's in the third quarter. And last but not least, I know it's going to break some hearts, but the Hudson Explorers up 31-8 over the Hoover Vikings.
Thanks for those updates here. This is Mac Aljancic alongside John Aljancic. We thank Joni Aljancic, our mother, for giving us birth and also riding along with us tonight on this long trip down south to Zanesville.
Life is good, Big Mac.
Beautiful night here. Short kick fielded there, I think, is that Gabe Stouffer. Can't see, you got some.
He's got a lane.
Gabe breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be all the way down to the 31-yard line. Great run by Gabe Stouffer, sophomore.
Great cut back there to get more yards, but again, I want to point out the things that you can't see, but the little things that make a huge difference. And for me, it's watching Matt Crosby about 25 yards downfield on that play, getting a block on the kicker that if Gabe was able to slip that last tackle, he walks into the end zone because of that block. Great job, Matt.
Takes 11 men, and sometimes that unseen things get you the highlights there. Give to Cam Doherty, who muscles his way forward for about 3. Let's make that 2. 2nd and 8 here. Coach Corey Godon signaling the plays. Looked like he's doing the chicken dance there. I don't know if you caught that one there, but we'll see what the chicken dance call here means. Austin Wade shifts. Buick keeps it. Plenty of daylight. Takes a little slide to the 22-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Who's our big hogs doing a nice job up front tonight, John? Who are some of those guys?
I tell you what, Brady Hawk at right tackle, Chase Wondercheck at center, our left guard, Cyrus Wright, our left tackle, the freshman, Trevor Burek, and our right guard, Josh Nicholson, doing an outstanding job in his first start of the season.
And actually, we got Kyle Deem actually playing center right now.
Yes, we do.
Doherty, wow, explosive on that run. That was his best run of the night.
Well, I tell you what, he saw daylight and he took off.
Yep. Really accelerating through the hole there.
And that's the good thing about Cam as well. Big physical runner. He breaks that line of scrimmage. He's looking to draw contact, and he was able to run through some guys and get some extra yardage.
Leopards on the 10-yard line there. Doherty's got most all the carries here in the second half. Yeah, feed him again there. Pulls his way up for a couple yards here. Keeps the clock running here as Louisville working their way towards victory, number 1 on the year, up 19-0 here. Leopards early 3-0 lead on a Carter Dusky 20-yard field goal. Scored a touchdown just before the half. Owen Burek connecting with Braden Hershey on a 33-yard touchdown. Third quarter connection of 18 yards if I'm right, from Burek to Colton Loy. And then they picked up a safety there on a bad snap there. Burek's going to keep it, goes to his right, shuffles through, gets a push. And he's going to get to the 5-yard line here, make it a 3rd and 5.
We have one last shout out from the Chicagoland area as well. The Barbies out there, and no, it's not the Barbie movies. Actually, the Rich Man's Barbies. Thanks for tuning in to the Gatz family and the Blands. Just big supporters of the Leopards.
Thanks, Dragon Media here watching. Getting to watch this live stream in a beautiful night in Zanesville, Ohio. Half moon beautifully looking above there. Trips to the right, Bjork fakes, floats away out to the corner, intended for Quinn Bjork, knocked away. So 4th and 5. Leopards up 19-0. We'll see what Coach can do. It looks like he's going to kick it there. Carter Dusky. Doing a little bit of everything tonight. Playing some outside background defense there. Kicker, punter, gets a little bit of touches on offense. Also a pretty good tennis player. Duskies are a tennis playing trio as well here.
Yes, they are.
Dusky splits the uprights. And if you have 22-0 on your little pool sheet there, don't see too many 22-0 scores there.
No, you do not. If you want a square tonight on that, if there's a square pull out there somewhat, you were pleasantly surprised.
All right, who's the best number 22?
For my money, it's got to be the great JJ Jimmy Jackson in the early 90s for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Good memory. All right, Emmett Smith.
Two-time player of the year in the Big Ten.
Class 89, me and him. We were both in running for player of the year in high school. I think I trailed him by about 5,000 players.
22 Leopard.
You got me there. I can't remember.
Bobby Bolden.
There you
Bobby
go.
Bolden. My goodness, Rob. How could I not remember that?
Played
Bobby, a
alongside.
special shout out there to you down at Ohio University. In my opinion, the greatest point guard ever to put on a Leopard jersey.
Emmett Smith, was he 22?
Emmett Smith was 22. I don't think he was in college, but in the NFL he was. And
all right,
no opinion on this. Going to be a little controversial, but he couldn't hold Barry Sanders' jock.
Yeah, he's a really good Hall of Fame running back. He's definitely not top 5. Doug Flutie, was he 22?
Doug Flutie, 22.
Doug was a gamer. Last guy to make a drop kick in NFL history.
Yes.
Carter Dusky, number 2. Looks like we're going to maybe get a return out to, does he get past the 20? Just does there, as Leopards have really put Zanesville in bad field position here. We got 6:04 and counting here. Zanesville takes over, trailing 22-0. Well, John, Leopards looking in good position to get their first win. Looks like they really improved on a lot of things from last week. What are a couple things in particular you've seen?
Well, again, defensively, you have 11 hats around the football. I mean, just the pursuit's been wonderful. Getting off of blocks in the front four especially. Offensively, the offensive line just getting a great push, and really creating a lot of seams and giving Bjork a lot of time to throw the football. So just all the way around, just a better performance by the Leopards this week.
Doyle slings it out to Tabler. First down.
Little story about Doug Flutie. I had a coach I used to play under who was on that staff at Boston College with Doug Flutie, and this is a gentleman, Kevin Lempa, who actually coached in the NFL for a number of years as well. Great play there by Carter Dusky for the tackle loss, but had coached in a number of different places, including with the Chargers. And just to give you an idea, Doug Flutie's probably about 5'10", 180 pounds, and he said, bar none, Dougie Flutie is the greatest athlete he has ever coached, which I thought was a pretty high praise and a reason why the guy of that small a stature in the NFL was able to play in it for over a decade.
Yeah, Flutie, I think there's an NFL, one of those what they call football life. It is fascinating of just in the middle of every sport. what he did here. So Leopards there, great play by Carter Dusky. Have Zanesville pinned back there. Looks like, I think that was Thomas Maley taking a snap there.
Cam Doherty with the sack.
Actually make that McKee Murray with the pressure. Murray throws and caught by Tabler, brought down by Colton Loy.
Zanesville uses their first time out of the second half.
And I'm sure Coach Langermeyer, even though defeat looks imminent, is looking to get a little momentum. Zanesville, known, if you didn't know, is known as the pottery capital of the world. So if you're ever interested in any pottery, head down here off Interstate 70.
Would be a wonderful date night.
The Y Bridge, the little pottery. And I'm trying to remember Zanesville, really great basketball tradition in particular. Actually 1990s. I'm trying to remember which Barton played in the NBA, graduated from Zanesville.
You're the one with the photographic memory. You're supposed to remember.
All right. All right.
All right, big 4th and 8 here for the Zanesville Bluedevils.
Murray throws and incomplete. Great break up there by Braden Elder. And the Leopards are going to take over. I don't think he was early, was he?
He looked a little early to me, to be honest with you, but he did a great job of putting his back foot in the ground and driving on the football. Bang, bang play.
All right, Kevin Martin playing the NBA. All right, here's one. Famous big-time wrestler, WWF wrestler.
From Zanesville?
Went to middle school, Zanesville. Was a minor league baseball player. His brother was Lee Poffo.
The Macho Man. Randy Savage?
Randy Savage, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little bit, a little eclectic, Rob Johnson, our producer. Get a little eclectic information when you listen to Algiantics. All right, we're looking at the last non-league shutout by Louisville. According to this, the last shutout was 49-0 over Carrollton in 2016. 2009, they shut out the Ravenna Ravens.
Wow. Thank you, Jared Heller. From the Leopard Nation.
All right, Rob Johnson forwarding that along there.
Leopards playing it out. 3:27 left. Burek milking the play clock.
Shout out to longtime Leopard track and cross country coach Jerry Frasanko, who reminded me that Lynn Swan wore 22 in college. Where'd Lynn Swan play college ball at?
Again, I try to block out all Pittsburgh Steelers. So Pitt,
USC Trojan.
He was a Trojan.
Give to Cam Doherty, who's running like Marcus Allen. Sleek and powerful.
Tell you what, his running style is like another number 8 for the Ohio State Buckeyes, Trey Sermon.
Leopards last, as they're getting more trivia there from Jared Heller. Leopards last shutout. Here's a little connection. 7-0 on this very field. Playoff game against Logan.
That's the last away shutout.
That's the last away shutout. I apologize there. When was the last shutout below I-70. Actually, we're above I-70. That doesn't count there. Jared probably got every trivia thing broke down there.
Man, we're really putting him to the test.
Cam Doherty, just keep feeding him. He's going to muscle forward all the way down the 16-yard line. 2:10 and counting here.
Well, I tell you what, Cam's gotten a lot of tough yardage for the Leopards tonight. Would love to see the Leopards punch one in and him carry the pigskin across the goal line.
Got some new numbers in there. Number 17, that's not Brian Sipe, that's Tate. I believe his last name's pronounced Aljancic. The lanky 6'3" junior. Seen up front there. Let's see some numbers if you see John calling out there.
The offensive line is still the same.
Number 88 there. Andrew Neese playing slot receiver. We got a penalty.
Delay of the game.
It's 1:29. Neese in motion. And a fake, give it to Doherty, keep feeding him. Shuffles away, pounds forward, pushes forward. He's going to get a first down. And I'm going to bet that's going to do it here. We'll see if they take a knee or hand it off once or twice more there. See if they move those chains. So Coach Chris Kappas going to get his first victory as a head coach of the Louisville Leopards. And his team really rebounded from last week. Long bus ride down, and they played fresh as some laundered towels. I don't know where I'm going there. I dug myself a hole there.
I kind of cringed when I heard you start that sentence.
There you go. Leopards going to take their first under center snap here this season there.
And a classy move here by Coach Kappas. But I tell you what, just a shout out to these kids for rebounding from a tough loss week 1, and a shout out to this whole coaching staff for really making some incredible adjustments and just playing a sound game today.
So the Louisville Leopards improved to 1-1 on the season with a dominant 22-0 victory over the Zanesville Bluedevils down in Salzburger Stadium. Well, the Leopards next week will play their first home game against the Northwest Indians. And we're going to give out our Carrabba's Player of the Game Award. We got a lot to pick from, John.
I tell you what, just a great all-around game by this team. I mean, offensively, defensively, everybody just landed all out there on the field. For me,
let's rattle off some names there. Offensively, Dirk does a great job at quarterback.
Did a great job. Cam Doherty, great job running the football. The front 5 there blocking. Just outstanding job.
Contributions from receivers from a lot of different names.
Yep. Defensively, the front 4 really dictating the game. Wyatt Smith with 2 or 3 tackles for losses. Linebackers flying around. Defensive backs, of interception by Cooper Rice. Just a lot of great things. For me, I would say the player of the game tonight, who just did a lot of unsung things, is number 2, Carter Dusky. Did an outstanding job, a number of tackles, interception, punting tonight. Just flipped the script, flipped the field numerous times. Knocked down 2 field goals, 2 extra points, and I thought made a tremendous impact in the game. With an honorable mention to Cooper Rice, who played his best game of the year. But shout out to the whole team.
So congratulations to Carter Dusky. Feel free to give Mr. A call if you need a little partner to go to Carrabba's there. It's delicious food there, and Carter played a great game. A lot of Leopards played a great game as they rock along to Louisville alma mater. We thank you for joining us.
And Mac, can I just say one other thing? This team, the first 2 weeks, has played outstanding football in terms of classy, no dumb penalties, tremendous effort, and I would really love to see the community come out and support this team next week in their home opener against Northwest, because quite frankly, this team is a lot of fun to watch.
Yes. Growing up a lot of inexperience, but we saw some guys grow up tonight. They got come back for their old rivals, the Northwest Indians, their old NBC rivals. So we hope you join us. Remember, you can catch all your Leopard action from every sport you can imagine here on Strega Media. You can find it on Facebook and on YouTube. We would like to thank our producer, Rob Johnson, our cameraman, Rob Johnson, our board operator, Rob Johnson, and a little bit of everything else.
What about the wind beneath our wings, Rob Johnson?
My brother, John Aljancic. Appreciate being alongside me tonight. This is Mac Aljancic. We thank you for listening. Have a great night, everybody.